Hello YouTube, it is Chris here, and in today's episode we are going to discuss my LifeStraw survival kit, so stick with me. Welcome back everybody, and thank you for sticking with me. Like I said, today we're going to be going over my LifeStraw survival kit. Now, I recently got this in the mail along with a bunch of other different water filters, and I noticed this was pretty much the only one that was all-inclusive. It's good as is, and it even came with the lanyard to wrap around your neck if you have in your camping, outdoor, survival situation. And I was like, I think I could do something with this. Now, as I know a lot of you guys know, I have been on a huge DIY kit building spree lately, and I just got in my Paracord bracelets from Super SD Straps, the Boss kits from Stanford Outdoor Supply. I've been doing my vehicle Bugout glove box survival kit, my micro Altoids fire kit as well, and I was like, man, I got all this cordage, I got all these kits that are already built, I've got all these ideas, and I was like, let me see what I can do trying to build a really cool comprehensive kit around a LifeStraw. Now this is hopefully if I do this right, this will be a kit you guys can follow and you guys can build this on your own, because right now I was able to pick up this LifeStraw for like 12-13 bucks on Amazon. At the time of filming, so I was like, you know what? This is a life-saving device. It can give you over like 270 gallons of clean drinking water, and why not maximize what I could do with this? So, stick with me, and let's see what I come up with. Now, we're over here in my kitchen workshop. I have roughly 25 feet of paracord, because it's pretty much the most useful cordage we've got. However, I have this Kevlar utility thread. This is rated at 188 pounds, and it's also abrasive enough to, get out of restraints and do other things like that. So, I think this is like 20 feet of this, so we have the access to that. I have some wax dental floss, and also some jute cordage. So, for the base foundation of what we can do with this kit, as far as probably wrapping this in some sort of way to give us the most amount of cordage, we have a lot of good stuff ready to go. What we have right here is the beginning of a Solomon bar or a cobra weave, and being able to use this kind of as a jig in itself is kind of easy. As you can tell, and something I'm going to show you, is because I have that 25 feet, there is a lot of paracord hanging down, so that's why it's taking me so long. But once I get this completely wrapped up, we should have a nice foundation to start building a kit concept off of. Alright, so I'm finished with the base model, the base layer, and you can see I actually got it pretty straight, which I'm pretty happy about considering there's so much paracord to use. And I did my best to try to tighten as I go to maximize the amount of paracord I could put on here. There's a little extra left over. It's about 23 feet in all, but I think this is an awesome foundation. Right here, if you look, these little plastic rings that are holding the lanyard, and I don't like that. So I'm probably going to grab some metal O-rings and actually take some paracord and loop this around and actually create a stronger lanyard while we're working on this project. This is probably going to be one of the hardest things you're going to have to do. But I got the end snipped and melted down, so this wouldn't just come undone. But reasonably speaking, I like it. I think it looks pretty darn clean, and I'm kind of excited to see what kind of crazy items I decided to put on this thing. First things first is, after I got everything snipped up, is I added these Ranger bands. I realized that I made this a little too tight to like slip things in, on, and around it, so I figured having these Ranger bands would make it easier for me to attach gear on either side. Now, what I did on this portion right here, sorry for bumping the camera, is I took that cut thread, that Kevlar thread right there, and added about 5 feet of utility thread in there. So if I need to cut down tinder, or if I'm ever unlawfully detained, you know, anything like that, it's just that's just such a useful thread. And I still got about 15 feet of this left. So that is the next step in this project. Now, in addition to Ranger bands, another method you could do while tying paracord to this is something that I just saw from a lanyard that I've got. Is see how they wrapped that around, there's that second layer that's more loosely woven. You could take that and weave in that lightly, so you could actually slip things underneath it, or use that as a baseline to start doing, add more paracord to it and slip more items underneath it. But an idea that I got from Super SC Straps, this is something he loves to do, is to take Ranger bands with like the P38 can opener. This is a V strap cutter, so you can use this as a seatbelt cutter or a strap cutter, or a like zip ties, you know, anything like that. If you get in a bad spot and you need to cut something real quick and escape, or cut some paracord, as simple as utility tasks, you can take this and slip it right underneath the Ranger band, and boom, I'm good to go. And this is basically the concept. So I've got a P38 can opener right here, and I have that V strap cutter right there, all into the kit. So I've got 25 feet of paracord, 5 Ranger bands, the Kevlar utility thread, a strap cutter, and a P38 can opener, and I haven't really done anything yet. So I mean, as you can see, you can really take this really far if you wanted to. And this is, so far, the completed kit. I'm pretty dang happy with this. This has been an absolute pleasure for a DIY project for myself. So what did I all put on it? Well, I have the 25 feet of paracord, I have the 5 Ranger bands, and I put the yellow ones on the outsides to make it a little more visible, since the blue and the gray are kind of, you know, a muted color. Then I have the 5 feet of that the Kevlar utility thread. Under here, you can kind of see it, but there is this wax, like a wax fire tinder, like cordage there. I have the V-strap cutter, this cool little utility knife, so I don't have to take this one out. It's a badass little razor blade. I'm really excited about this. And so if I need to do any small utility cutting, it's like a super backup emergency knife. I have this compass right here that I took off of a zombie survival kit that I already had, and I'll put a link to this guy because this guy makes some cool survival kits. Then we flip it to the back. I have a 12 by 12 sheet of heavy-duty aluminum foil, so you have a dry place to, you know, set a fire, the reflective surface if you need it, you know, the whole bunch of uses for that. I have a nice little handcuff key right here, so in case I get unlawfully detained. The P38 can opener, and this is one of the little laces, the fire steel rod from my Flint laces. I went ahead and snipped one off because I only need that one shoelace because of the fact that I have that handcuff key attached to my boots already. So the big thing I want to know is, what do you think of this kit? Do you think this is a cool idea? I think it's amazing. I think this is a really cool DIY project. And for some of the slightly harder to find items, I will definitely link them in the description box below, like on Amazon, where you can find some compasses, you know, some good paracord that you can buy. But this is a really fun project to attach to your LifeStraw. I know a lot of my viewers have a LifeStraw, and I think this is a way to add a whole lot of usefulness to your LifeStraw without really taking up a whole bunch of extra space. It kind of looks a little goofy, but I think it just provides a way to have a bunch of different backup tools without creating, you know, this is in your pack, on your body, around your neck. You're not really taking up any more additional space. You're adding negligible weight, and you're just making this whole system way more useful without clogging yourself down with buttloads of extra gear that you don't necessarily need. So I think this is a really genius idea. It's really cool. I was really proud of how this turned out. But drop down in the comments. Let me know what you think of this DIY project. And if you guys build one, definitely make a video and show me. Also, I took the old school little lanyard they gave you for around your neck, and I didn't like that. So I went ahead and added paracord to mine, made it a lot more sturdy. But that just about does it. If you like this build and DIY video, definitely throw a big thumbs up to it, and definitely let me know that this is the kind of content you want me to keep doing and the DIY projects you want to keep seeing, and definitely share this out with your social media networks. As I said before, there's going to be a lot of Amazon links down in the description box below, and a lot of links to the gear that is here mentioned. But that just about does it. I hope you guys have an absolute wonderful day. I'm out.